The 2025 Wisconsin Supreme Court election has captivated the nation, emerging as a pivotal battleground in the ongoing struggle for the soul of American justice. With the balance of the court hanging in the balance, the outcome of this election has the potential to reshape Wisconsin's legal landscape for a generation. From abortion rights to union power, the stakes have never been higher for the Badger State. Wisconsinites find themselves at a crossroads, their votes holding the power to determine the future of their state. The tension is palpable as both sides of the political spectrum recognize the profound implications of this election. Will Wisconsin embrace a more conservative path, or will it chart a course toward a more progressive future? The eyes of the nation are on Wisconsin, watching with bated breath as this pivotal election unfolds. The outcome of this race could have ripple effects that extend far beyond the borders of the state, potentially influencing national politics and setting the stage for future Supreme Court battles. At the heart of this high-stakes election is a clash of ideologies, embodied by the two candidates vying for the coveted seat on Wisconsin's highest court, Brad Schimel and Susan Crawford.
Schimel, a Republican and former Wisconsin Attorney General, has campaigned on a platform of conservative values, emphasizing law and order, and aligning himself closely with the policies of former President Donald Trump. Crawford, a Democrat and Dane County judge, presents a stark contrast, running on a platform that champions abortion rights, union power, and fair redistricting. Her campaign has resonated with voters concerned about social justice and progressive values.
The stark differences between Schimel and Crawford are not merely a matter of policy. They represent two fundamentally different visions for Wisconsin's future. Schimel's supporters see him as a staunch defender of traditional values, while Crawford's backers view her as a much-needed voice for change and progress. As Election Day approaches, the question remains, will Wisconsin voters choose the familiar conservatism of Schimel, or will they opt for the progressive vision offered by Crawford? The answer will undoubtedly shape the state's destiny for years to come. The national significance of the Wisconsin Supreme Court election is undeniable, as evidenced by the influx of high-profile figures who have thrown their weight behind the candidates. Former President Donald Trump, eager to maintain his grip on the Republican Party, has endorsed Brad Schimel, praising his commitment to conservative principles and his unwavering loyalty to the Trumpian agenda. Adding fuel to the fire, tech mogul Elon Musk has also endorsed Schimel, deploying his considerable wealth and influence to bolster the Republican candidate's chances. Musk's involvement has injected a new level of intrigue into the race, raising questions about the role of big money in judicial elections.
On the other side of the aisle, former President Barack Obama has stepped into the fray, lending his support to Susan Crawford. Obama's endorsement is seen as a major coup for Crawford, signaling to voters that she is the candidate best equipped to protect the Affordable Care Act and other progressive achievements. Billionaire philanthropist George Soros has also thrown his financial might behind Crawford, further highlighting the high stakes of this election and the intense interest it has generated from powerful figures across the political spectrum.
The 2025 Wisconsin Supreme Court election has shattered all previous records for campaign spending, with nearly $99 million pouring into the state from donors across the country. The sheer volume of money flooding the airwaves with political advertisements has left many Wisconsinites feeling overwhelmed and bombarded with information.
Critics argue that this unprecedented level of spending undermines the integrity of the judicial process, turning judges into pawns in a high-stakes game of political chess. They worry that the influx of money will make it difficult for judges to remain impartial and independent, eroding public trust in the courts. Proponents of the current system, however, argue that campaign spending is protected by the First Amendment and that it allows candidates to effectively communicate their message to voters. They maintain that voters have a right to know where candidates stand on the issues, and that campaign spending helps to ensure a fair and transparent election.
Regardless of which side of the debate one falls on, it is undeniable that the astronomical sums of money being spent on this election are having a profound impact on the race, influencing voter turnout and shaping the narrative surrounding the candidates.